Ahoy!
Welcome to another episode of The Wave. My name is Adam.
My name's Nick. Welcome back aboard the Streamboat. It's The Wave, the weekly news and chat show from the world famous Bottom of the Stream podcast.
It certainly is. Just before we started recording then, I went to scratch my eye and then realised I'd got glasses on and punched myself in the glasses.
Well, look, safety first.
Yeah.
Just don't, gouge your own eye out, I suppose.
Well, I didn't. I've safety glasses on.
Yeah.
How are you, Nick?
Sitting there in full PPE. Yeah, I'm good.
Cold, isn't it?
Well, look, it's like lunchtime.
Yeah.
And my car was still frozen solid.
Yeah.
We don't get the sun till the afternoon on our side of the road.
I defrosted my car 3 times yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Just for fun.
Just for the fun of it. Yeah, I loved it.
I've got... Oh, what have you been up to this week? Anything?
I had a works Christmas party last night.
Yeah.
So that was good. Lots of nice food and drinks and
Excellent.
acrobatic ladies and things. It was cool. Not like colleagues,
People
like people who... we went to this party venue. There was a
Yeah.
show on while we were eating. And they were like... One woman had a candelabra on her head that was lit.
Oh,
She had
nice.
she was walking around with candles on her head.
Huh.
Don't know why. It was really weird. She looked really scared.
Keep
She
her
was,
head well.
she was like really just like walking in a straight line, really balanced in it. It was really funny.
I mean, especially... I like to imagine that she'd had no training. It was her first night on the job.
Yeah, I think so. She was just a waitress.
Yeah.
She's like, come over here a minute.
Yeah, you were the last one to turn up.
Yeah,
So
it's, you've got to be the candelabra head
you've
fire
got to
lady.
wear this. Oh, right.
But there was lots of
My
like...
first day!
There's lots of like dance where they do that ribbon dancings and things where they climb up
Yeah.
the ribbons and stuff. They're incredible. The food was nice.
Good.
It wasn't Christmas dinner though. It was weird. It was
Oh, okay.
chicken.
Right.
Chicken roast. Bit bizarre. I had 2 puddings. That was nice.
Oh, always a bonus.
Always a bonus. 2 people didn't turn up. So
But so if it was all acrobatic and stuff, it wasn't necessarily Christmas themed either.
no, not really.
Okay, fine. That sounds
But it
fine.
was all right. It was a good night. I didn't get in until 2 o'clock though, so I'm a bit tired
Ooh, yeah.
today. Yeah, it's a bit
Absolute
bit of a late one.
party animal.
Yeah. What about you? What have you been up to?
Not too much this week, just boring house life stuff.
Yeah.
I am, after we finish recording here though,
Yep.
going to a barbecue.
Okay. A winter barbecue.
Yeah.
Interesting. What's on the menu of a winter barbecue?
I'm not really sure.
That's gonna be fucking freezing.
Yeah, I know. I've got my hat and my
You're gonna need it.
gloves and stuff in the car.
Nice.
It's like my in-laws' little close cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
There's like a little event going on there.
Oh, interesting.
So
That'd be good.
if you fancy a free burger, come along.
I might come with you.
But yeah, so that'll be fun. I have got a question though that seems to have been sort of doing the rounds on the internet the last couple of weeks, and I thought I'd run it past you.
Okay. I'm intrigued.
It's got nothing to do with anything that we've talked about, Christmas or movies.
Okay.
But I, maybe it says a lot about a person. I don't know. Do you wash your legs in the shower?
Do you wash your legs in the shower?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, actively, do you wash your legs?
Yeah.
Or do you just let the water run down your legs?
No, I've got this scrunchy thing, and I have a routine where you start in one place and work down.
Right, so you do actively
I actively wash my legs, yeah.
Yeah, because it caused me to think, because I don't think I do.
Oh, really?
Not unless they're specifically dirty.
I don't know if I concentrate on the back as much as the front
Well, that's...
of the legs.
Oh, of the legs.
Of
I was
the
gonna
legs.
say, it's just
So
difficult to wash your own
I
back,
run the
isn't it?
scrunchy down the legs, but I don't know if I go around the back of the legs now you've said it.
Yeah.
I've got dirty back legs.
And
Where's that come from?
That-
That's a very
and
weird
that's
thing to go viral.
the dirty back legs,
Yeah.
your back legs is arguably what needs washing most, because they're
Why?
sitting on stuff all the time.
True, but I don't sit around naked very often.
Okay.
So I've got trousers on, so the back legs are inferior as dirty as the front legs.
Well, I suppose so.
And the front legs are walking into things.
That is also true.
Things are blowing at me if I was to be naked and walking.
Yeah. Like nakedly walking
The back legs are protected by
a
the
snow
front.
machine or something.
The back of the legs is protected by the front of the legs.
That's how legs work, yeah.
Yeah.
Look, yeah.
What a weird thing to go viral.
Yeah, I'm not sure I do. Interesting.
It was an interesting question.
Yeah.
I'm going to definitely concentrate on my legs more. I wonder if there's any part of your body...
I'm not accusing you of
No,
dirty legs.
no, you're not. I wonder if there's any part of your body that you don't wash and you don't realise.
Well, you can't get to all of your back, can you? Unless you're
I've got a brush.
double-jointed or... Well, yes, obviously.
I've got
yeah.
a brush thing. I use that.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I did buy in the
Yeah.
Black Friday sales. I brought a water flosser.
Okay.
It's terrifying.
For your teeth?
For your teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a
My
jet
wife's
wash.
got one because she has braces
Yeah,
currently.
it's like a jet washer.
Yeah.
It's horrible. I turned it on for 5 minutes, put it in my mouth, and then my mouth blood just went everywhere. I was like, I'm not sure if that was supposed to happen or not, but I've used it a few times since, and it hasn't made me bleed.
Yeah, exactly.
Again,
It's just
must be good.
Yeah.
I use that in the shower.
Yeah.
Because it seems like there's water just sprays everywhere when you use it. So.
I seem sensible. Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep all that wetness in one confined space.
If you go in my bathroom now, you'll see the mirror above the sink is just covered in like where it'll spray back. There's like watermarks all over
Mouth
it.
flotsam.
Yeah, flotsam. What a horrible word. Well, that was a tangent I didn't think we'd go on in this
Never know
brisk Saturday morning.
Never know what you're going to get in the intro to this show.
You really don't.
Or randomly popping up at any point.
Shall we go on with some Netflix news?
Yeah, that's what the people are here for.
That is indeed. What have we got?
I think we've got quite a bit of news this week. Quite interesting.
I read
in
this
the
story
world
yesterday. It
of
really
Netflix.
annoyed me.
Okay.
Go on.
The first story is that, I mean, maybe we're going at a slightly different angle, but you will have seen a lot in the news this week about Harry and Meghan's Netflix documentary.
Yes, you will.
Hitting Netflix. Is that something you're going to...
No.
No, me neither.
I
don't think I've got any
I give them
interest.
plaudits for getting the money to do it, but this doesn't interest me.
I know. I'm all for what them trying to bust open the
yeah,
the royal family, but I'm not interested enough to watch it.
no,
sorry.
same.
But the news story is that the first episode of Harry and Meghan's documentary, which I believe is called Harry and Meghan,
It is called Harry and Meghan.
actually registered on Barb, the ratings body in Britain. 2.4 million viewers watched the first instalment on the first day of its release. That's
a lot
on Netflix.
Maybe. This is what I didn't like about this story. It doesn't give you any like 2.4 more. There's so many different ways now that Netflix are reviewing ratings.
It's not how Netflix counts.
No, it's making them all pointless.
Yeah.
So
Barb is the independent ratings.
Yeah, but it
service.
Seems like it's really outdated way of recording things.
Because the way they do it is a certain number of people across the country have a little box, don't they?
Which
they have to register. This is what I'm watching at this time, and then they do a bit of an algorithm and scale the thing up.
Yeah.
To give you.
So it's completely unreliable anyway.
Yeah.
And it only registers people who are watching things on TV,
yes.
which isn't how people consume media anymore. Generally it is, but there'll be people sitting on their phones watching it on laptops, on iPads, on smart TVs, smart devices, like Fire Sticks, things like that. It just seems like the BBC have really picked up on this as if it's a big thing, but until Netflix release their figures, I'm not really paying much attention to it.
Yeah, because Netflix, at the end of the week, when we've had a week of this show being out, will presumably say, this was watched by... I don't know, pick a number. 100 million hours.
Yeah, 100 million viewing hours, which is what we're used to with Netflix now. So we've got something we can gauge that against.
Yeah.
I can't gauge 2.4 million people in one day against anything.
No.
I don't know how many million people watched Squid Game on the first day. So it's just a pointless number.
It is pointless.
But the BBC jumped all over it as if it was a big number.
What if some of those people watched it? You can't rate it like that because it's not a live thing.
Exactly. They rated it against the same number of people who watched EastEnders on Thursday.
Yeah, when it was on at 7:30 or whatever time it was.
It doesn't mean anything to me. It needs to. I need Netflix's figures to come out, and then I'll be interested in.
Because then you're counting apples against other Netflix apples.
Exactly.
Whereas I just don't see the point in any of these streamers being in Barb.
No, nor do I. And how the BBC have picked up on it. This is the BBC's website we've got in front of us here. It doesn't tell me. I don't get the gauge of if they're thinking that's a lot or if that's not many.
Yeah, it's just
a number that they've reported.
Barb's top 10 of the day.
Yeah. So, and also, why is there a picture of David Seaman on the side of this page? I'll put that in the Discord because that's quite.
It looks like the guy from Status Quo. Look, I think it's interesting that it popped up in the list.
Yeah.
But it doesn't tell you anything.
It doesn't mean anything. And it's like you said a minute ago, it's only TV sets. So it literally doesn't mean anything because half the people probably watched on something else.
Because scaling up 2.4 million viewers to when it turns out to be 100 million hours or whatever, if you do the maths, it would probably turn out that those 2.4 million had to watch it 4 times, same episodes 4 times over. So, yeah, it's just stupid.
Yeah.
And it's not really news, but it's in the news. quite significantly
Yeah,
the
it
last
is.
few days.
It's just old school.
It's nonsense.
Old school media reporting on new things that they don't understand. It is nonsense. It is indeed. Next.
Talking now of small exclusive clubs like Barb, where you've got this set-top box.
Yeah.
Netflix is apparently looking to expand its user VIP testing group.
Okay.
Which essentially is you would have the pleasure to preview movies and shows and feed back to the company before they release. So you do, it still happens. You get a secret advanced screening that you may walk into at a cinema or whatever.
Yeah.
And fill in a feedback form, old school style, on a bit of paper. Netflix are looking for more viewers to get feedback into these. So apparently there's only about 2,000 people.
Wow.
In this
it's a very select group.
Worldwide currently, out of 200 million Netflix subscribers. Apparently Netflix sources have said that Netflix wants to add tens of thousands of users to this next year.
Yeah. How do I apply?
There are absolutely no details of how you would apply or be asked to do so. Although the source does note it's unpaid work. I wouldn't expect it would be work.
Is it work?
Paid. And you would have to sign an NDA.
Okay.
So that
you can't
can't
do early. We couldn't talk about it on here. And
exactly. Sort of no reveals to anyone apart from feeding back to Netflix. Because they're not the finished product. They're still in the editing stage. Apparently you get a special Netflix account and they email you when you have a movie in there to watch. You have a week or so to watch and review said movie or TV show.
Do you get Netflix for free? Or do you have to pay for this privilege?
I in my head, you get your own feed. It's another user account sort of thing.
You'd have to watch some shit though, I bet. You only get a week to what you watch.
Well, we do for fun.
Well, yeah, true. Yeah, but we don't have to do it. We enjoy doing it. Imagine some of the Christmas movies you'd about to watch this last couple of
and you'd have to watch them in July.
Yeah.
Or even further ahead. This is when you're feeling the least Christmassy.
Yeah, it does sound cool, but maybe not.
I don't know. It would depend how what the volume was. You just suddenly come home and you got 8 movies to watch in a week.
Yeah.
What's my time commitment?
I struggled to watch the one movie for our show.
Here you go. Here's 17 hours of the new series of Stranger Things. If you tell us by tomorrow, please. Well, we'll see.
We'll see. Maybe we'll get invited.
Anyone gets invited, let us know. We'll keep you at anonymity. Anonymity. Okay, Mike Flanagan news.
Mike Flanagan, a big week for Mike Flanagan.
So much so, I've had to section off the Mike Flanagan news section itself.
Okay.
To most of our news this week.
Okay, we are going to do a Mike Flanagan special.
Mike Flanagan news number 1 is that his last or latest Netflix season, Midnight Club, has been cancelled.
Yes.
It is no more.
I think this was
Did you watch it?
I didn't finish it. I didn't think it was that. Like I said, I think I said it on here. It felt like horror for beginners.
Yeah.
And I'm not a beginner when it comes to horror, so I don't think it was aimed at me.
10 episodes were released October the 7th.
Yep. I think I did 4.
Okay. It is not coming back. But interestingly, Flanagan himself has released a document, basically.
Yeah, he wrote a blog, didn't he?
Outlining what would have happened next for all the characters and in general for the season.
Yeah.
Season 2. That's cool, isn't it?
Yeah, it's cool. I like that. Because it's like, some people got into this and got invested in those characters and want to know where it ended up.
You don't get the guys behind Fate the Winx saga doing that, do you?
No. I don't know.
Probably because there's no plan. But yeah, I thought it was interesting. That was nice of him to do that. For the people who did enjoy it and were into it.
He released it pretty quick after the cancellation came, so it makes you wonder if he knew what was happening. Maybe. I think this might have been. Did you think there was a little bit of sour grapes here from Netflix?
Possibly, and that will lead into our next piece of news in a little bit, in a few seconds. I mean, having worked with Netflix for so long on so many projects, you would feel that Flanagan would have quite a good grasp of how long the phone usually rings to confirm the second season of a project. But as you have said, there may have been other things in the background that led to this decision, either by Flanagan to release the update or Netflix to cancel the show, because Flanagan and his producing partner, Trevor Macy, have ended their deal with Netflix.
Yeah.
And have signed up with Amazon.
This is a big deal for Netflix and a big deal for Amazon.
Yeah. This seems to have really come out of the blue.
It really does, because he's still got a show that's coming to Netflix.
Yes, his final show
soon, isn't it?
Fall of the House of Usher will come to Netflix in 2023, and that will be his final project release on Netflix.
Yeah,
and they've signed a new exclusive deal with Amazon. The multi-year deal will see them develop and produce projects to be streamed exclusively on Prime Video, according to Deadline.
Yeah, it's big news. Really big news.
Vernon Sanders, he's a new name.
He is a new name.
Because he's the head of global television at Amazon.
Right.
Says that Mike and Trevor are remarkable at telling immersive, suspenseful stories that masterfully keep audiences engaged from start to finish.
That's very true.
We're excited to welcome them to Amazon Studios and are looking forward to our global customers experiencing their genre-bending creativity.
Yeah. They're brilliant. So it's exciting for Amazon. And a bit disappointing for Netflix, which I think is probably why that cancellation came the day after this was announced.
Oh, yes.
It was the timing couldn't have been
excellent.
Yeah, the timing couldn't have been more planned, I don't think.
Which leads into a final or third and final
Flanagan
piece
news.
Of my Flanagan news, which has actually been, I would say, incorrectly reported.
Yes,
quite a bit this week across the media, because
I think people are
putting two and two together
and probably coming up with 4. To be fair,
and it probably will.
Yeah,
shake out like this.
There yet.
But Flanagan, in an interview this week, quite a long interview, a really detailed interview. If you've got the time, check it out on Deadline.
Can I just stop you quickly?
Yeah.
This man also looks like David Seaman.
That's Trevor Macy. You just got semen on the brain. You have. That's your problem. I can't remember. That's put me off.
Sorry. This is the biggest news story ever, and you've been put off.
Mike Flanagan and Trevor Macy were talking to Deadline, and they were talking about this deal that is coming out. And Flanagan kind of, oh, by the way, announced that a few months ago he and his producing company have purchased from Stephen King the rights to the Dark Tower books.
And everything kind of clicked into place all at once.
Yeah. Do you want to know what Flanagan said?
I do.
So I'll read out, it's quite interesting. The question that was posed to him was, speaking about projects based on a well-known IP, is there something you have in the works? And he says, you're the first person we're saying it to, but yes, predating our deal with Amazon, we have acquired the rights to the Dark Tower, which, if you know anything about me, is my holy grail of a project and has been for most of my life. We have these rights carved out away from our Amazon deal, which doesn't mean that they can't or won't get behind it at some point. You don't know, but it's something we've been developing ourselves and are really passionate about finally getting up on its feet at some point. And that's where the incorrect reporting has come in, because all the news stories this week say he's doing the Dark Tower for Amazon.
Yeah.
Probably that will end up happening.
I can pretty sure that's where it's going, but that's not what's
But that
happening
is
at the
not
moment.
the case, factually.
Yeah.
So just do your research, journalist.
He has a script for the pilot episode, which is really exciting. I'm really torn by this. I mean, I've always said I think the Dark Tower is unadaptable. It's going to be so difficult to do it justice because it is an incredible piece of writing. But if anybody can do it, these two guys can do it.
I don't know that there's a big audience out there for it.
there is that issue as well. But
you've got to commit to the whole thing up front. I think you've got to know that and commit.
You have, and you've got to draw people in
because it is weird and niche. That's it's brilliant. I love it.
It is. But it's a fantasy epic, which is what Amazon are all about at the minute. Yeah. They're all over these fantasy epics, and you cast that right. You cast that right, and make your pilot episode that good. You will win audiences over with that story because it is remarkable. I
do almost feel that Amazon's the only place this could get made.
Yeah, it is the only place. I'm pretty sure it is
for the money that you would need, and the Flanagan says in the interview, I view this as having 5 seasons and 2 movies.
You've got to commit to that.
Yeah,
because when he said that instantly made me think. Well, the 5 seasons have to start with the books, and the 2 movies have to be the flashbacks.
Yeah,
because there's like pre-time. Time doesn't really work in the Dark Tower universe either. It's all over the place. But the younger versions of Roland and the crew have to be in the movies, and the timeline for the series has to be chronological of this particular journey to the tower. And I don't know. It really scares me, but also it's really exciting.
Yeah, definitely. Flanagan goes on in the interview to sort of talk about how. The reason he got the rights was because he sent a very, very detailed outline to Stephen King himself, and he signed it over right there and then.
Stephen King isn't precious about his project, his IPs.
Yeah,
but if Flanagan comes to you and says, "I want to do the Dark Tower," of course you're going to sign it over to him. He's like the biggest Stephen King fan in the world, and he's done justice to the 2 projects he's already done.
Sure,
and why would you not?
It's
going to take a lot of money.
Oh, 100%.
To do it properly, you need a lot of money. There's been a lot of fan castings going around on Reddit.
Okay.
I'm reading. I genuinely have no idea who I'm putting as Roland. I could not tell.
I'd give it to what's his name? He's in all the Flanagan stuff. Rahul Kohli.
Yeah,
he's a good. I love that guy.
Then you have to massively change the character. So I don't know. Henry Thomas maybe. There's loads going on. Somebody earlier I read on Reddit suggested Daniel Craig, and I'm like, no, let's not do that, shall we? I think you kind of have to give it to an unknown. I don't think you can give it that to I think you can cast big name actors in it, but I think the character of Roland's got to go to somebody who isn't massively famous.
Well, it's 5 seasons, 2 movies.
You'll be famous by the end of it.
It's 10 years doing that probably.
Yeah,
who knows?
You got to commit your life to it.
Okay. Well, look, it's gonna move slowly. I mean,
it will move slowly. It's not coming anytime soon. But if it even comes at all, Amazon might just say, no, I don't want it. They've got the Rings of Power going at the minute. They've just put billions into. They might not want to.
I certainly don't get the feeling,
and it failed massively.
Yeah, I certainly don't get the feeling from this interview that
no deals are done.
No deals are done, and there's no hints. He says himself, Amazon haven't said go and make that. They're not on board. I've just got the rights.
I think they are. I think that's where.
It's not going to be the first thing he's going to do for them.
No, it isn't going to be the first.
I think those pieces will fit together eventually. Yeah.
The fact that the guy from Amazon used the word genre bending projects or something. There's that perfectly describes the Dark Tower because every genre is in there.
It's interesting what you say about the Rings of Power though, because I think just before it came out, I'm sure we said on this show, I don't remember which one of it was, but is the audience there for Lord of the Rings?
It doesn't appear like it is.
It's a huge franchise that is. I just don't think people are that interested in.
No.
Going digging deeper into that. Or the people that are it's not a big audience.
No. But the difference
to make the biggest, the most expensive show of all time.
Yeah, the difference between that and the Dark Tower is that the Dark Tower it's a fantasy epic, but it's not like medieval. It's not set. It's set in. You could set it in the modern day.
Well, it's all timey-wimey as well, isn't it?
Exactly. You can set it wherever you want, and you don't have to have there's no orcs. Well, there is actually orcs in it, but there's no orc battles or anything like that. It's a fantasy epic that's about character.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be. You could really invest people into it.
Well, it's horror, it's time travel,
it's everything.
Modern day, it's the past, it's
comedy,
off-world,
it's Yeah, it's everything.
It's
and
post-apocalyptic. It's all of those things, isn't it?
But it's the blending in the other Stephen King projects like he does through the books that can't be there in the films.
Yeah,
because of different contracts and things.
Yeah.
That's where it's going to be difficult to adapt it, because there's going to be a lot of changes made.
Yeah,
there has to be. The ending and the lead up to the ending has to change completely, because the ending works so well. I'm not going to give the ending away, but it works so well in the books, but it wouldn't work after 5 years watching it on TV.
Yeah,
it wouldn't work. You have to change that ending, and the ending is what the book's all about.
Yeah,
I could talk about this for hours, so we'll move on. Maybe we'll do like a Dark Tower podcast when the show comes out.
Okay, fine.
Just follow it week by week.
I'm up for that. Good. Okay, let's move away from streaming.
Let's do it.
And talk about some movie news.
Movie news.
And that is that a director has been appointed to the sequel to the sequel to the sequel to Ghostbusters.
Oh. Cool.
Essentially, Ghostbusters Afterlife 2.
Okay. I really enjoyed Ghostbusters Afterlife.
I did as well.
It was really good.
And it will be directed by Gil Keenan.
Okay.
Who has switched places with Jason Reitman.
Right.
Because Reitman directed the first one.
Yeah.
Keenan wrote the first one.
Okay.
And they are swapping.
Oh, so Reitman's writing the second one. Oh, interesting.
I think maybe essentially they're doing it together.
Yeah, I think they're basically a team, aren't they?
Yeah. But that's the credits we're going with. No details yet, although we do know from the post-credit scene of Afterlife that the action's probably going back to New York City.
Yes, definitely. I think so.
And the main cast have signed up to return. Certainly the younger people.
And Paul Rudd.
And I'm sure, yes, and Paul Rudd.
Still looks like
probably about as old as the original Ghostbusters.
But never looks it. It's never aged.
Keenan said, "It is an absolute honour to pick up the Proton Pack and step behind the camera for the next chapter of the Spengler family saga. I just wish I could go back to 1984 and tell the kid in the 6th row of the Man Valley West Theatre that one day he was going to direct a Ghostbusters film." Oh, that's nice, isn't it?
It's every kid of our age's dream project, I would think.
I'm not sure. Look, they're going to have to get a move on because currently the release date for the sequel is the 20th of December, 2023.
It's only a year away.
It's in like 375 days.
Yeah.
I have to feel that date is going to shift.
Yeah. There's a lot of work to do in there.
Yeah.
In a year.
There really is.
Yeah, that date will move.
But look, if you can sort of bottle some of that ectoplasmic nostalgia from Afterlife, then I'm for it.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more.
Okay, a couple more.
Keep going.
Wonder Woman 3's off.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So it's all changed at DC as James Gunn and his producing partner try to work out what the hell we're doing.
At the minute, I wouldn't believe any news that comes out of DC because I think they're basically wiping the slate clean, aren't they? And starting again.
Well, yeah, it is quite interesting. So this was midweek. The Hollywood Reporter broke a story that Gunn and his producing partner, Peter Safran, had turned down Patty Jenkins, who's the director of Wonder Woman 1 and 2, treatment for her 3rd movie.
Okay.
And essentially had paused the movie from happening.
Right.
Gunn did then do a Twitter post the next day, which didn't really clear anything up.
Okay.
Because he says, so as for the story yesterday in the Hollywood Reporter, some of it is true.
Good.
Some of it is half true. Some of it is not true.
Right.
Some of it, we haven't decided if it's true or not.
Right, okay.
Our first month at DC has been fruitful. We are building the next 10 years of a story. It takes time and we are still just beginning. When we chose to come into helm DC Studios, we knew we were coming into a fractious environment, both in the stories being told and in the audience themselves. We knew that there would be an unavoidable transitional period as we move towards telling a cohesive story. But in the end, the drawbacks of that transitional period, we feel, are dwarfed by the opportunity and the possibilities that we have in front of us.
Yeah.
I think they'd like to pull the plug on it all.
I think you're right.
Start
Just
again.
start fresh.
But when you've got, obviously, Wonder Woman, fine, that was on the drawing board.
Yeah.
But you've got the Flash, pretty much in the can.
Yeah. With a very troublesome actor.
Aquaman 2,
yeah.
pretty much in the can.
Blue Beetles
Yeah.
next year at some point.
That's what a difficult position to be in. That's why they're getting paid the big bucks.
I think what you've got to do is let those movies.
You can't not release those movies.
No, you've got to release those movies and then just stop.
Yeah.
And just like take stock of what you've got. Watch all those movies. See what you've got. See what actors you've got in place if you want to keep them, and then just start from there. Because I don't think these guys can do anything for a year. I think they can get plans ready, but I don't think they can make anything for at least a year.
What, as in start rolling with a camera?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you've got to let those movies come out. You don't have to let them come out. They didn't let the Batgirl movie come out.
You can't can 4 movies.
You can't.
That will have all cost over 100 million.
No, exactly. So you've got to let those movies come out. Then you take stock of where you are, and then you go from there.
Yeah.
And I think that's all they can do.
That first Aquaman movie was a huge hit worldwide.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
So what if you think the size of this decision here is like, are we going to can something that was, for all the shitness of the Snyderverse and stuff like that, there's all those debates. That movie was really successful. It made a lot of money. We've got a sequel coming out next year.
That's going to make a lot of money.
People, critically, it seemed to go down quite well, and we're looking at, like you say, potentially canning all of that, starting again.
Yeah.
With no guarantee that what we're going to do is going to... I think it will. I think they'll do really well.
Yeah.
We're canning a $1 billion franchise.
It's really...
Start again.
Yeah. It seems like it's what they're doing with Wonder Woman. But
Yeah.
we'll just put that on ice for a bit. And I don't know. It's going to be a really interesting few years at DC, I think.
Yeah.
See, because I think you'll see things stop coming. I think you have to see things stop coming for a little while. And then you probably get hit in the face. In like 2026, I bet there's 20 DC movies come out that year. You're just going to get hit by them.
Yeah.
But we'll see. It's going to be an interesting one.
Look, it's going to run that one.
Yep, certainly is.
I like the amount of, like you say, with the Batgirl stuff as well. It seems to just be giving us some real good playground type gossip from the studio.
It really does.
Which I'm all for.
The people who made those 3 movies that are
in.
in the can must be really scared. Can you imagine, like, are we going to come out? Is it going to... Until you actually release that movie, you're going to be really worried about it. So it's...
Well, because again, we are totally on the rumour mill here. The Flash movie is really interesting because you've got cameos from different Bat people.
Bat people.
And, so like, what if we want to keep that guy who's going to be the Flash, even though he's really problematic?
Yeah.
But actually, we don't want to keep Henry Cavill, but he's already filmed a bit for that. So do we drop that bit of it and keep... There's so many moving pieces.
Yeah, there is. It's really bizarre, isn't it?
Yeah. What a shit
So,
show.
let's see. Let's wait and see what happens.
News this week. I didn't realise this had happened.
Oh, really?
It totally passed me by.
Right.
Literally until I was putting the news together yesterday.
Oh, really?
I was like, this happened... I did not know this
It happened on
earlier
Wednesday morning, I think it was released.
And that is the sad news that Kirstie Alley passed away.
Yeah. She's only 71.
Yeah.
No age. I didn't even know she was ill, but apparently she was.
She'd been suffering from, I think it was colon cancer.
Yeah.
She had a lot of battles through her life.
She really did.
With various addictions. But I always thought loads of charisma.
But massively.
And yeah, I was quite sorry to see that news.
Yeah, me too. But when I was younger, I was a massive Cheer. I got into Cheers in a big way.
Yeah.
And like I remember watching the last episode of Cheers when it aired, and it was like a really sad time. And Kirstie Alley was a big part of that show, and it's...
Well, that's quite an interesting one with Cheers, actually, because she came in part way through that series,
she did,
which was the biggest show in the world.
Yeah, it was, without doubt.
And probably, again, that's a really difficult position to be in.
Yeah.
And she made it work. Look, it's just my age and the sort of movies that, again, were on TV a lot. I just remember Look Who's Talking a lot.
Yeah.
That always used to be.
Great show. Yeah, great film.
Yeah. Rest in peace.
Yeah. Talking of rest in peace, breaking news while we've just been recording is that Ruth Maddock has passed away from Heidi High.
Was she the Welsh woman?
Yes.
That's not going to mean anything to me. I vaguely remember her.
I do know she is.
Oh, yeah, I've not thought of that name for about 30 years.
It's just broken. Well, apparently she went into hospital for a fall and she had surgery and died during the surgery.
No.
Shocking. Rest in peace, Ruth Maddock. I used to love Heidi High. Hody ho.
Okay, last bit of news. I thought this was interesting. So, The Book of Clarence is an upcoming movie that's getting a cinema release.
Okay.
And it is going to be written and directed by James Samuel. And I wanted to pull this one up because it is his follow-up to one of my favourite movies of this year.
Okay.
Which was a Netflix movie, The Harder They Fall.
Yes.
Which was the Western.
Yeah.
Starring Jonathan Majors and Idris Elba.
Yeah.
And it was just awesome.
It was.
Awesome,
it was really,
awesome movie.
really, really good.
And he is making next The Book of Clarence, which is a biblical epic.
Right.
We are going old school.
Very old school.
Very old school in the terms that it's biblical, and old school in that Samuel has sort of compared it to Ben-Hur, all that sort of stuff. That's the look that's what he's going for. And the cast has started to be announced for this. And it is quite the cast so far. Benedict Cumberbatch is on board.
Okay.
James McAvoy is on board.
Yeah.
Omar Sy is on board.
Oh, wow.
Lakeith Stanfield is on board. That's just a few to start with. Also, a couple of, how should we say, veterans. Alfred Woodard, Marianne Jean-Baptiste, David Are you Leo?
Yeah.
You're better in the names than me.
I don't know about that.
All on board for this. It stars Stanfield as a down-on-his-luck Jerusalem native who tries to capitalise on opportunities in all the wrong places. Which highlights his journey that catapulting him into exploring the idea of faith and ultimately leads to an unexpected path of his own. I reckon he's going to meet Jesus.
It sounds like it,
actual Jesus.
Maybe it's the Jesus story from somebody else's
I'm quite intrigued, yeah. Quite intrigued for this.
Yeah, me too. It sounds really interesting. You don't get many biblical epics, do you?
No, cinematic release as well, not with a streaming service.
Old school.
Yeah.
Who'd have thought
Big
that
movie
would
for
come
the
old
big
school?
screen. Yeah, it's very, very retro, that, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so. Is that it?
Yeah, that's all the news.
Good news. Well done. Enjoyed that.
Good.
Have you watched anything good at the top of the stream?
I've only really watched Wednesday.
Okay, I finished Wednesday.
But I've watched all of it.
Cool. What did you think?
Can I be honest?
Yep. Please do.
I don't get it.
Thank you. Thank you.
I don't understand why this has been such a hit.
It's okay.
I have a theory, but I don't understand. It's fine.
It's fine. Exactly. It's fine. It's nothing more than fine. She's great in it.
Yes.
You can't argue that. But other than that, it's
just... I thought everything else was just completely rote, and I've seen this a million times. It's it was a paint by numbers Netflix high school drama. It's Riverdale, but it just happens to have the Addams Family characters in it. Yeah, 100%. I don't understand why this has been such a big hit. No, and it has been a massive hit, huge, like astronomical. Numbers. And it isn't Tim Burton's name that's done that. No, because Tim Burton's name doesn't have that drama. And I don't think it's the Addams Family. And I don't think it is either. I think it's Jenna Ortega. I think she's just marketed it really well. And people have just got intrigued by it. But it feels a lot more Netflix than it does feel Tim Burton or Addams Family. Yeah. I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing. I didn't see anything original there. No, I didn't. It's fine. It's serviceable. That's all I could say. Yeah. I have a theory. Go on. I think it's on as background noise for a lot of people. Yeah, you're probably right. Short episodes. I don't know if people are sitting there and being gripped by it. That's my only theory. Short episodes, put it on while you're cooking or something. Yeah. Wrapping the Christmas presents, putting the tree up. Yeah, maybe. I don't understand it. It's just bang average. It is. It's just fine. I don't even think it looks that great. No, it doesn't. I think the CGI is a bit ropey. I'm not wowed by the scenery or the sets. I don't think it's that funny. None of those things are bad.
Yeah.
But there's nothing there to lift it to this.
When I say it doesn't look very
huge...
Tim Burton, that's where the scenery and the sets and everything should have come to life, because that's what he does.
Yeah.
And he just doesn't appear to have done it in this. I don't know how involved he was in it. I think it's another one of those things where his name's just attached to it. He only directed the first 2 episodes.
Yeah, exactly.
And then he passed it on to somebody else. So it's just he's got his name attached to it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't feel like he put his stamp on it at all, when he could have easily.
Yeah, I must admit my sort of understanding of it, which is obviously not correct, was that he had he'd done all of it,
but he hasn't. At all.
He directed all of it. But no, it's fine.
Yeah, it's Netflix.
But I think we should want better. I think we should want more.
Yeah, I agree.
Better. We should want better.
Yeah, it's just a standard Netflix high school drama. There's loads.
It's exactly follows. It's exactly the plot you would expect, and it's like, oh yeah, it's not going to be the first person you think it is. It's going to be the the least person that you expect to be the bad guy. Therefore, the most person who it is obvious it is going to be.
It was pretty obvious. I'm not going to lie.
I don't get it. Maybe it's me being an old man.
Maybe we're both just miserable old men. Who knows?
If you thought it was great, let us know.
Yeah,
I thought it was fine, but that's it.
Cool. Anything else?
That's pretty much it for me, because, just like I say, watch the whole thing.
I've watched stuff, but I've got to remember, because our notes app has dropped them off again. I don't know why. I watched all of Pepsi Where's My Jet.
Oh, yes, I want to watch this, yeah.
It's really interesting story.
Yeah.
I don't know why there's 4 episodes of it.
We've said this from this.
So
we've
many
had
times.
this with Netflix documentaries a lot.
A lot.
Where you get like, so much recap.
Yeah.
Or
it's exactly what it is. You know what
you
exactly.
could have had an hour and a half in this, but you've stretched it out to 3 hours over.
An hour and a half would have been plenty.
Yeah.
4 hours is too much, because it is a really interesting story, and it's very much told from one point of view.
Yeah.
Although Pepsi are involved, the guys who work at Pepsi are talking heads in it. They're involved, but they're very much treated like the bad guys in all this.
Sure.
And I don't necessarily think that they were.
The guy's seen a loophole and he's gone for it, hasn't he?
He saw an opportunity and he tried to grab.
Guys.
He knew he was never getting a jet.
Yeah, of course.
He just wanted to see how much money he could get. And I won't give any spoilers away, but it didn't work out well for him. But I don't know. It's good. It's interesting. There's not 4 hours worth of content there, in my opinion.
Which is, like I say, it's a pattern we've seen with.
It is. It happens a lot with
quite
Netflix.
a lot of these Netflix.
Netflix
docs.
really know how to make documentaries look and feel really interesting, but their timing's a little bit off with most of them. They're just a little bit too long. I watched Troll last Friday night.
Great.
The new Norwegian monster movie.
Yeah.
Really good. It's like a Norwegian Godzilla.
Oh, brilliant.
I've seen
the trailers, and
I would highly recommend checking out. It's really, really good. Some of the special effects are incredible.
Amazing.
And it is just a massive monster storming over Norway.
Brilliant.
It's just Godzilla, but it's really well done.
Did you watch the double or subtitles?
I don't even remember.
I remember.
Subtitles, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I did. I'm pretty sure I did.
Good.
I can't remember. And I also watched this week, Ramesh Ranganathan's stand-up special.
Oh, yeah? How was that?
I watched it on Saturday night because I wasn't really in the mood for a film,
Yes.
which happens sometimes.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll just stick this on for. It's only on for an hour. Well, there's 2 episodes.
Yes.
So the stand-up's on for an hour, and then there's like a banana. There's a behind the scenes like documentary about it. There's also scripted, I think.
Okay.
But that was funnier than the stand-up.
Oh, was it?
But the stand-up was also really good.
Okay, good. That's a good one.
He has a very funny family.
Yeah.
And his reaction to his family was very funny. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. I thought they were both really good. I feel like there was something else on that list as well, but it's gone out of my head.
That's fine. So let down by the technology.
I'm nearly done with The Office.
Oh, are you?
I've got 2 episodes left.
Absolute epic.
Got 2 episodes left to do, so I might finish that today.
Wow.
So I'll talk about that next week.
Good.
I started that in February.
Did you?
Yeah, it's taken me nearly all year
Well
to do
done.
that.
Well done.
But yeah, I've very much enjoyed it, but I'm nearly there.
Okay. Maybe
Cool.
let's do a bit of an office chat next week.
Yeah, definitely. Shall we move on to real talk?
Yeah, let's. This, I'm going to give you credit. You came up with this question.
Thank you.
And I think it's one of the best ones we've done.
Thanks.
Carrying on with our festive questions.
Yeah, it's
for
all
the
festive
month
in
of
December.
And this week on Real Talk, we asked if you could have any movie prop or memorabilia for Christmas, what would it be?
What do you want?
Yeah. No limits on this.
No. And you can take it how you want as well. You can have them
the prop or the thing that actually
works. Yeah.
Transported from movie into real life.
Did we get any responses? Please say we did.
We got a lot of responses.
Good.
Let's just see which one of us can fill the most while we're trying to open the various.
I've got Instagram open. Do you want me to do those?
Yes, please.
We've got a few answers. We've got a few people came back in a few different ways this week. So
yeah,
we've got a few answers.
Testing your. I put a few different answers in.
Yeah, a few people did. I think
testing if you could actually work out Instagram finally.
No. So Ross Cook came back on Instagram. He came back with the 1989 bat signal.
Oh, okay.
And he would ring it up to play the Elfman score whenever I turn it on.
Look, oh yeah, can you imagine just having that on top of a normal house?
Top of your roof.
Just like into the sky. Yeah, I'd love it.
Yeah, so I thought that was quite an interesting one. An Instagram account called Hops Geek News came to us. They do geeky news and topics discussed over with their amazing host. I think it's a podcast. They came with the leg lamp from A Christmas Story.
Oh, nice.
That'd be cool. That'd look great in my lounge.
Yeah, it would actually.
Wayno came at us on Instagram with, I want the official Jumanji board game from the original film.
No, yeah.
I don't know if he wants it to be working.
Yeah.
I'm not playing it with him if he does.
Rhinos stampeding through the town.
Apparently not. And our friends at Three Men and a Ladle came back to us, who we did like...
Hot wing interviews.
Yeah, that's not come out yet. We need to
yet.
chase them up for that. Collectively, we'd love the food truck from Chef. Fully functioning so we can get cracking on our dream.
Oh, yeah.
So that'd be nice.
Yeah.
I mean, just buy one.
Yeah.
You have to have the actual one from a film. But so yeah, that's all the Instagram answers.
No, it isn't.
Is it not?
I sent one on Instagram.
Where the fuck is it then? I fucking hate Instagram.
100%. And I can't remember which one it was, so you're gonna have to find it.
Well, how did you do it?
I replied to the story.
Oh, how do you find the replies to stories?
I reckon you'll have a few on there.
I don't know how to do that.
You know, it comes up in your story and it says type in here.
Yeah. Bear with me.
Treasure trove in there somewhere.
Can you do the Discord while I search through Instagram?
I can do
no idea.
Discord. Yeah, sure. So Wayno on the Discord has gone with a replica of Thor's hammer.
Great show.
Mjolnir. Proper size, so heavy that I can't pick it up. It is just to be looked at.
Good shout.
Yeah, that's definitely a conversation piece in the middle of your living room
really
or something, isn't it? Alex in the Discord, this might be my favourite one because I love the sheer achievability yet topicality of it, and also it's one of my favourite Christmas movies.
I found them. Go on, carry on.
He wants simply he's easily pleased, this man. The moose head glasses from National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
That's
from which to sup eggnog.
That's a really good shout. You can actually buy them on Amazon as well.
Yeah.
So his dream is more than achievable.
Shall I continue or should we switch back to Instagram?
No, carry on.
Roscoe's cooking the Discord says the flux capacitor.
Yeah.
Just the flux capacitor.
Just the flux capacitor.
Yeah.
Not the DeLorean, no. Just the flux capacitor. What's he going to do with that?
Just mount it on the wall, maybe.
Okay.
Chris from the Time Shifters pod is going with the Time Machine from the 1960s one. That's a massive thing, that is.
It is. There's a Big Bang Theory episode all about it. That's very on brand.
Garage.
Very on brand for the host of a Time Shifters podcast.
But very much so, yeah. It would really help him out. He's a bit stuck between that or a TARDIS, but you can see the theme.
It's not a movie prop.
Okay, fine.
I don't know.
We had another shout for a fully functioning replicator from Star Trek. That's the thing where you just press the buttons and say, "Well, coffee," and it gives you a coffee, isn't it?
That would be good.
Yeah, you could make a lot of money from that.
You could, and it'd just save you a lot of time.
Yeah. I'd replicate a podcast host.
Wow. So you could have two of me?
Yeah.
Right, I found these on Instagram. Apparently you just have to press the heart button and they come up. Why? I don't know. Nick responded with hoverboard from Back to the Future, please.
Okay.
Perfect answer. Great answer. I was going to be one of mine as well. There is a few more as well. Becca responded with the Home Alone house.
What, the house?
House.
I want to live in that house. Yeah, fine. Let's go big.
Not necessarily a prop, but fine. Yeah, why not? Go for it. Alex from Instagram wants the coloured food from the banquet in Hook.
Oh, okay. Fine.
An interesting one. I think that's it, though.
Okay.
Right, let me just quickly check Twitter, and then we'll get out of here. Or we'll do ours. I don't even know where the Twitter app is on my phone. I'm such an old man.
You need to have more than one device.
I do. Just need to get better.
Oh, I did think of another one, which I threw in the Discord, which was Milton Stapler from Office Space. That's just my low end. I'm not asking for much.
You're not asking just a red stapler.
Just that nice red stapler.
Mark Davis responded on Twitter. I want the Turbo Man action figure with the arms and legs that move and the boomerang shooter and his rock and roller jetpack and the realistic voice activator that says 5 different phrases, including it's turbo time. Accessories sold separately, batteries not included.
Great response.
Great response.
It's the funniest
Great
thing
answer.
he's ever said.
Oh, don't be mean. Bottle of Sex Panther, please. That came from you. An official Mighty Ducks jersey, preferably the one worn by Goldberg.
Okay, excellent.
I don't know what this is. It's a book. You know what that is?
It's the book from Hocus Pocus.
Okay. So the History Cache podcast want that.
Yeah.
Did get quite a few answers for this one, didn't we? People did well. I think that's it. Yes, it is. That's all of them on the socials.
Okay, good. What would you go for?
I think I'm going to pick the electrobiomechanical neurotransmitting zero synapse repositioner, commonly known as the neuralizer from Men in Black.
Okay, fine. Fine.
I think that would be a great one because you could just get away with anything you wanted and people would just forget. Do whatever you want.
Yeah. I think I'm sticking with hoverboard.
Good choice. That would be my second choice.
I kind of would like to have a go in the Oasis.
Oh, that's a good shout from Ready Player One.
Yeah.
That's coming soon. Mark Zuckerberg's going to make that for
Yeah,
you,
probably.
So don't worry about that.
Yeah.
You can put my VR headset on whenever you want.
No, I know.
But no, I know what you mean. Getting into the
I don't know
Oasis.
if I'd want one. I think I just want to go. Give me 10 minutes just to be completely scared.
Oh, I would live in that.
You
I
would,
would
yeah.
live in that place.
Yeah, I'll take a hoverboard, please.
Cool. I'd quite like the treasure
Bruce.
map from the Goonies if it was just a prop.
Right.
So I could
As in
frame
they
it and
actually use this and...
Yeah, so I could put that on the wall somewhere.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. That's a good
But,
shout.
Yeah, the neuralizer from Men in Black's my main pick.
Why? What have you got to hide?
Nothing,
and
but I
make
could
people forget?
hide so much. I could do so much. It'd be so much fun.
Oh, right. So you would use it to cause
I'd cause,
havoc and chaos in the
but then
world.
let people forget that I'd ever done it. You
Okay.
could get away with anything.
Yeah.
Be great.
I don't know how they kept track of all that. The admin for Men in Black
Yeah, God,
must have been horrendous.
Yeah.
Every time after they'd done that, to then keep track of who they'd made forget what. And
yeah.
God, I bet there was a lot of paperwork.
Well,
that you
there
didn't
were
see
big
on screen.
offices, though, weren't they? So
Yeah.
there must have been a lot of staff working in
Yeah.
those offices.
Yeah, I wouldn't want that job.
No, not me. I don't really want any job. Right. Shall we talk quickly about the film that we're doing this Thursday?
Yeah, come back here to this very feed on Thursday as we talk about Nezza.
Nezza Reborn.
Yeah.
Is it the controversy? Nobody quite knows what the title is.
Okay.
IMDb have it as Nezza Reborn. Netflix have it as New Gods Nezza Reborn.
Sure.
But I think it's going to become a franchise with different characters and things like that. I think that's the plan for it. I think it's the New Gods franchise.
It's a Chinese animated movie, and it was the wild card choice of one of our patrons, Mr. Ross Court.
I was going to say, I bet you can't guess which one. Very on brand for us, this. It's batshit crazy, this film. So
Yeah.
it's going to be a lot of fun to talk about. I have no idea how we're going to get through it, but we'll
work it out.
work it out. We'll figure it out on the way. I still don't really know what happened.
And we'll have a lot of fun doing it.
Of course we will. So yeah, come back here this Thursday to listen to our episodes on the movie show about Nezza Reborn.
We'll see you there.
We will.
Cheers.
Bye.